Hi and welcome to this festive edition of the Paranormal News. Even with the recession looming over our heads, the Christmas spirit is hopefully with us all right now, as we are well and truly into the festive season. But just what is the festive season? The 25th of December is associated with the birth of Christ and the celebration of the Nativity, but is also an amalgamation of pagan festivals and traditions dating back before the birth of Christ. To our recent ancestors, the shortest day, the 21st of December, marked the day when the sun was reborn, gradually growing in strength to the midsummer solstice. Many ancient standing stones, stone circles, and other monuments are aligned with the winter sunrise on the 21st of December, the most famous being New Grange in Ireland, where a finger of sunlight shines along the dark entrance through a narrow aperture above the monument's entrance. Other sites are correspondingly aligned to the midsummer sunrise, highlighting the importance placed on these two dates. Yule was the traditional name for the celebrations around the 25th. The festival lasted for 12 days, which are now the 12 days of Christmas. The origin of the word Yule seems to originate from the Anglo-Saxon word for sun and light, most likely regarding the rebirth of the sun from the shortest day. In many places, fires or candles were kindled to burn through the 12 days that marked the festivities. Another fire tradition was that of the Yule log, lit from the remains of last year's log at sunset on the 25th of December. The Yule log was often of oak or ash, and the burned remains of it were thought to guard a home against fire and lightning. The ashes were also sprinkled on the surrounding fields to ensure good luck for the coming year's harvest. The largest remaining part of the log was kept safe to kindle next year's fire. Many of the symbols of Christmas echo its aspect of rebirth and hope in darkness. Holly was thought to be important because it retains the greenery right through the winter months, and as such is a symbol of summer life in the winter starkness. Holly was the male symbol of this greenery, and ivy was the feminine, the two often placed together as a symbol of the dark end of the year. There was also a belief that evergreen plants and trees were refuges for the woodland spirits through the winter months. Mistletoe is another plant associated with Christmas. Sacred to the Druids, its importance can be traced back to Celtic times, although the original reason for their significance is now largely forgotten. The Christmas tree may also have been a symbol of this, although Whistler in his English festivals suggests that the tree is a carryover from the Roman festival of Saturnalia, when pine trees were decorated with the images of Bacchus. The tradition of setting up a Christmas tree within the home is generally traced back to Prince Albert, who started the practice in 1841. But Colin has been looking into this further. What have you found for us, Colin?
Well, Dave, did you know witch balls were very popular in the early 18th century, where people all over England would hang them in their homes to ward off evil spirits and ill fortune. Made from colourful glass, people hung them in dark corners of the room where evil spirits would be attracted to them, trapped inside the witch balls or scared away from their own reflection. Witch ball found the way to the USA in the 19th century, where smaller ornamental versions were made. Witch balls are still very popular today, at least they are for a few months of the year. Witch balls will be found hanging in most homes all over the world. Yes, witch balls are what we now know as Christmas baubles that hang on from the Christmas tree over the Christmas period. Well, back to you, Dave.